Big Mike here with
Hayes Entertainment.
today's episode. We got wrestling legend, the Godfather, the Hall of Famer.
If you like what we're doing, hit the subscribe button.
What's up, everybody? WWE Hall of Famer, the Godfather, and you're listening to I Only Touch Greatness. Peace. Stay on that smoke train.
Looking for the most beers on tap? Great steaks, great staff? Head over to the John B. Pub.
We got the best beers, steaks, chicken wings, nachos in town. Come see us at the John B. Pub.
The John B. Pub, the best bar in town. Come sign up for our football pool. Say Hayes sent
If you're
you.
looking for a mug, perhaps a hoodie, head on over to IOnlyTouchGreatness.com.
This is the hottest place for big name interviews in Vancouver with Ryan Hayes and Big Mike.
The number one sports podcast in Vancouver with Ryan Hayes and Big Mike. Roll it up and fire
Hey,
it up.
guys.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How about yourself? Let me turn this sideways.
All right. Yeah, that works better on our end, too.
Let me get the, what's going on, man?
How you doing on a Saturday morning?
Yeah, bro. Saturday, Monday, Sunday.
Yeah.
I got all, fuck, I wish I posted something on Instagram and everybody's liking it right now. So I can't turn that motherfucker off. But anyway, how do I look?
Hey, as good as always. That's why you're the Hall of Famer.
That's right.
What you doing? You're in Vancouver, huh?
Yeah, you've been here?
Are you fucking joking, bro?
You've been
Come
here?
on, man. Come on, man. We wrestled there many times. I've been there without having anything to do with wrestling. I've been there because of the BC Bud, man, up in Vancouver, and going to Ralph Simpson or some type of dispensary. I can't think of the guy's Emery.
Oh, Mark Emery. We just had Mark Emery on the podcast last week.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went out there one time with Val Venus, man, and we spent the day at one of his places.
Amsterdam
Dude,
Cafe, probably.
Yeah, me and Val were there. That's when Val didn't smoke a lot, but man, I had the time of my life. We had a wrestling match that day. I was there from like 12 o'clock to like a half an hour before the show, just dabbing it up all day and shit. But yeah, man. You guys smoke?
I just don't smoke on the air.
Well, we're not on the air yet, are we?
No, not really. Hey, you can smoke all the time.
I
for
just
all I
sat
care.
down. I'm having a little Jack and Coke, and I got a gravity bong here that Be Real sent me. You ever see one of them?
No. See this.
Hang on, let me back it up. Hang on, let me back it up so you can see it. Be Real and Stunton Glass got together and they did this
Holy
gravity
shit.
bong.
Yeah, sweet. I love these things.
And then it has, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but this is called a G-Pin Connect. And what you do is, I'm a big dabber. You load your concentrates in there. This is a battery. It even has little Be Real's little face on there, G-Pin. Okay. But what this do is, without using a torch or anything, you can take your hits. So you just, you put that on there. I press that a couple of times and let it warm up for a second. Can you guys see it?
Yeah. I got you on speaker view too, so it's full screen.
All right, now it's going to fill that up with smoke. Check that out.
Holy shit, that thing's sweet.
Look at that cloud of smoke. Now that's a dab hit with no torch, none of that shit, man.
Yeah.
And
That
I'm
is
smoking
sweet.
some pressed rosin now. So all you do is you turn, and I'm a cougher, so you're going to hear some coughing. All you do is you turn it over.
Holy shit, that thing is sweet.
Isn't that cool?
That is sweet.
Fuck yeah. I mean, I'm almost coughing. See how big that toke was.
What's that?
I'm almost coughing to see, just seeing how big that toke was.
Brother, I am proud of the fact that I smoke. And if you guys look at my Instagram this morning, somebody posted a picture of me in 97 and now. And I swear I look younger now. And I'm telling you guys, it's because of cannabis.
Yeah.
It really is. I'm a true believer. At 27 years old, I tried cannabis. I was Papa Shango. I tried cannabis for the first time, right? And that changed my life, man. At that time, I'm taking Vicodins, Ibuprofens, I mean, the whole fucking list of shit. And it got me off of all that. Will I have a shot of Jack? Yeah. Will I have a Jack and Coke? Yeah. But I don't turn it up anymore. And I don't do any of that wild shit. I don't take no pain pills, none of that. And it's really, and everybody's like, dude, you found the fountain of youth. No, man, I found cannabis. And there's a lot of take it from a motherfucker. I'll be 60 years old this year, bro. And most people my age look a lot older.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they're still doing the same pills and drinking and partying. And man, cannabis is the way to go. There's so much more to it than just getting high, but high is a benefit.
Yeah. Tommy Chong. We had Tommy Chong on, and he was saying the exact same stuff.
Oh, you know what? I've smoked with about everybody that you'd think of. I've never smoked with Tommy Chong, never met him. Smoked with Willie, one of my heroes, the person that I love smoking with the biggest was Willie Nelson, man. I smoked with him a couple times, but I've never met Tommy Chong. But I'm gonna meet him. His son Paris. I'm gonna meet him as soon as this COVID shit's over. I'm gonna go smoke with him.
Yeah, we managed to get to smoke with him during the interview when we had him on, and it was a good time. He was great, and many stories to tell, and it was very easy going conversation because you can relate to him. Because when you talk about stuff like you're saying, even the CBDs after sports and stuff, I use the CBDs on my back or my knees, and it's big, and at least it's weed. It's better than doing all the other opioids and stuff that might kill you.
And now Canada's recreational, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Within the next 5 years, I bet you it's completely legal everywhere where it's federally legal. I bet you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I believe I saw that New York just went legal.
Yeah. Yes. And you know what's happening besides the money part of it? What's happening is, like, I never smoked marijuana. I know we got to watch time. You got to watch me. I'll keep talking.
Hey, we have all day for you. It's whether as long as you can.
Let's start the show because we can talk about this shit on the show too.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm a firm believer in cannabis to this day.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So we already introduced you beforehand before we dropped you in here. Born in Vegas, what was life like growing up for you?
Besides Vegas? Before Vegas?
Oh, because were you not born in Vegas as well?
No, man. I was born in California.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Damn.
I was born in. We're live now, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
When I was born in Northern California, up by San Francisco. What they call it was Sunnyvale. What they call Silicon Valley now.
Okay.
And then I ended up going to school in Reno and playing football. And then when I graduated there, I kind of ended up in Las Vegas, which is far apart. And so, it's 10 hour drive from here. And I ended up out here. So I've been out here since 1984.
Okay.
Wow.
Because you also played at the University of Nevada, right?
Yeah, I played football there.
Oh.
What made you switch to wrestler and not continue your football career?
I wasn't even a football player. I was a basketball player.
Oh.
And I didn't play football in high school. I played basketball. I wanted to play football, but my mom and dad wouldn't sign the papers. And I don't know if it's like that today, but back then you had to have both parents sign your stuff. And they wouldn't sign it because they said, you're going to get hurt. So they wanted me to play basketball, but I wanted to play football. Yeah. So in 1979, I know you guys like, damn, I wasn't even born in 79.
I'm 83.
in 79, I was the Mid-Peninsula Basketball Player of the Year, and that's in Northern California. But I played basketball like a football player. I was just aggressive. And so when I went to college, I played basketball 1 year at college, right? But I didn't want to play basketball. I wanted to play football. So I started lifting weights. Now, when I graduated high school in 79, I was probably 180, 185. Okay. 1 year later, I'm 250. Okay. Because I just kind of start filling out. I was always kind of I just filled out. And then I started lifting weights because when I was in high school, basketball players weren't allowed to lift weights. And I was just dying to lift weights. And the coach wouldn't let us. So, you know, so I just kept lifting weights. Now I'm hanging out with football players and I'm kind of learning some stuff and I'm doing drills because I've always been really strong. So now it's my sophomore year and I'm 275. and I'm bench pressing 400 pounds.
Holy shit.
Squatting 500 pounds because this is no fucking steroids. I don't have a steroid body. This is no steroids. This is just me. Because that's why I was a good basketball player, because I was strong. And the other kids weren't as strong as me. And they didn't want the ball as bad as I wanted it anyway. And so one of the coaches from the basketball school that I went to University of Nevada, Reno as a football coach, that he knew me. And he's like, hey, the coach was Coach Chris Alt, who's a famous coach now. He's like, hey, I got this kid who's a basketball player, but he can do all this. He can lift all this, but he could dunk a basketball behind his head. And he's almost 300 pounds. I think I was 290, 285. Long story short, I went to Reno and they flew me to Reno. They put a basketball in my hand. I was dunking basketballs, taking shots. Mind you, I'm a basketball player. Never played tackle football in my life besides just friends, never with gear on.
Yeah.
Right. They gave me a full ride scholarship.
Wow.
And I got a full ride scholarship. Never, ever have played football, organized tackle football in my life. After that was over, I ended up coming out to Vegas to check out. I was a cowboy biker back then. And that's where all the tattoos and stuff came from.
Yeah.
I was more of a biker back then than anything. And listen to country music.
One of your first gimmicks, we're talking basketball there. One of your first gimmick and characters was Sir Charles, named after Charles Barkley.
That was only because that was my tryout.
Yeah.
And they wanted to come up with a name for me. So we were in Portland where Charles Barkley played at the time.
Yeah.
So they called me Sir Charles just to get heat on me. Because when I went out there, people booed me because I was calling myself Sir Charles. That's the only time I ever wrestled as Sir Charles.
Okay.
You know what? I wish I could find that reel or what that match looked like. Because I probably, at that time, I was just killing people. So I probably beat the hell out of somebody.
Mike?
Yeah. What's your favorite venue you wrestled in?
Don't have one, bro. You know what? Before we get into this, I don't have a favorite match. I don't have a favorite color. There's so many cool venues, man. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Vancouver. I mean,
yeah.
Historically wise, people would say Madison Square Garden, Wembley Stadium, but dude, I mean, it's just, they're all cool. I mean, they're all cool in their own way. I don't know. I can't answer. And then when you ask me what was your favorite match, I'm like, you can't ask you that. You would have to say, what was your favorite match against The Undertaker? Then you'd have to say, well, which was it, his Papa Shango? Was it his Kama? Was it his Godfather?
Yeah.
Because I've been so many different things and I've been in so many cool matches. It's just, I mean, they had the Attitude Era, this era, all the little eras in the 90s to the, early 2000s, I was part of as one character or another. Yeah. So I can't give. I think the best technical match I ever had, before you even ask me this question,
it's on the list.
The best technical match I ever had was against Shawn Michaels. It was a King of the Ring. We had to go 20, 30-minute Broadway, because if you go Broadway, you're both eliminated. They wanted to eliminate us both and not beat either one of us. And so I'd never been in a match that long in my life. Right? Yeah. And so Shawn, I shut the fuck up and let him call the match, even my heat. And it was probably the best match I ever had technically. And we went 20, I don't know, you have to look it up. We went 20, 30 minutes, but it was him. He called the whole thing. And, and I worked with him, but I let him call even my heat. And that's probably why, because he was, so much better at that than I was.
You were almost going to be an NWO member at one point.
Yeah. Can you believe that?
That would have been awesome. Can you tell us that story? I'm a huge NWO guy. We had Eric Bischoff on here too recently.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And your good friend, actually, Savio Vega was on here.
Yes, sir. Really, BSK.
Yeah. That's for sure. We were going to ask you about that.
I never dealt with Eric Bischoff at all on this thing.
Okay.
So, if you ask him, he'd probably be like, well, I've heard, I don't know. I was talking with some people, and they were going to bring me in as the bodyguard. And then I was going to, eventually get into some wrestling. But if, first you were going to come as the muscle form, which I thought was cool. So I kind of work. I'm not even going to mention names.
Virgil.
Because this story gets me in more trouble with one guy because at the end of the story, I'm not going to get into this story, but at the end of the story, some bad shit happened. Why they didn't call me. And I found out. And the person that told me, was part of the deal. And, it just turned out bad because I blew up over the situation and I mentioned his name and, it was just stupid. But
I didn't even know any of that when I was asking the question. I'm just an NWO fan.
I was going to be, but yeah, nobody knows because I don't talk about it really. I was going to be in their thing. Then all of a sudden one day, I was calling the people. They weren't calling me back. And I'm like, what the fuck? Ain't nobody calling me. I'd call somebody else. I can't think of the guy's name. Though, but he was in charge. He had a real weird voice. But all of a sudden I'm watching TV and then I see Virgil come out as the bodyguard of the nation.
Yeah.
And so, what's cool about that is I became the Godfather out of it.
Yep.
Okay. Where did what question right on cue? Next one I had for you was, where did the Godfather idea come from? Being in
my
Vegas
wife.
Was okay. I was going to say being in Vegas, it was pretty much probably your life, but
I moved out here to work in strip clubs.
Okay.
And I start working in strip clubs at a place called the Crazy Horse. It's not even there anymore. There was two of them. I worked at both of them, but it was 80 through 4 maybe. I came to work out here, and I came out here because I was offered a job in a strip club. And at the time, I just got out of college. It's probably 84. I just got out of college. And I was making like $300, $350 a week after taxes. And somebody's like, dude, my dad owns a strip club and the guys there make $300-400 a day. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And so I went home and I was married at the time. I basically said, we're moving to Las Vegas. And I was working for a trucking company that it was like United. It was called Three-Way. And they moved shit all over the world, and I got to know all the guys. So I had a Harley, a 55 Ford pickup truck,
wow,
and a brand new 84 convertible 5.0 Mustang that I had to get out here. And they moved everything out here for free for me. And bam, I start working in topless clubs in 84, 85 at the latest, but I think it was 84.
That's pretty awesome. My first job actually was being the DJ at a strip club here in Vancouver.
Cool.
I've never actually told that story to many people before because it's like 25 years ago.
See what I bring out in people?
Yeah. Mike?
Yeah. Do you still got the chain?
No.
Okay.
I was going to ask you. Okay, go ahead.
I don't, here's my problem. I'm not a hoarder. I don't hoard. I don't hang on to shit. So at the time that I was doing all that type of stuff, it never dawned on me that the Undertaker was going to be such, because the Undertaker to me is just my buddy Mark.
Yeah.
We're just my bud. We're to my homeboy. I was just talking to him. He just had a birthday a couple of days ago. And he told me he hates me because he's 3 years younger than me. He said, but I look 20 years younger than him. He doesn't smoke. That's his fucking problem, Mark. I keep telling him.
Yeah.
He don't smoke. He's never smoked. Anyway.
We should have to ask him that on the air. I'll have to drill it into him when I talk. one day in my life, get to talk to the Undertaker.
He never smokes. I asked him last time I seen him. It was on that Survivor Series show that he was on, and I asked him. I'm like, dude, so many people ask me, "Do you smoke?" And I'm like, I don't remember you ever even trying. He goes, "Nah, I've never been a smoker." I'm like, yeah, I don't remember him. I was the smoker.
Yeah.
What was it like? What was it like sharing the ring with The Rock? One of my favorites.
Cool. Hey, good dude. You know, I always tell people, if success like that was going to happen to somebody, it couldn't happen to a better dude. Good dude. You know, really good dude. It was, even then though, man, I mean, you never knew that he was going to become that big. You just knew he was becoming big at the time.
Right. Did you see something special in him at that time?
No, Vince had that planned out, bro. That's not no lucky fell into shit.
Yeah, no blue.
That's how I got put. I got put in the nation because of him.
Right.
Because they were building the nation. I was coming back as Papa Shango.
You were supposed to, yeah.
I was coming back. I came to TV as Papa Shango, ready to be Papa Shango. And they basically said, excuse me. They basically said, hey, Vince wants to see you. And then I'm like, cool. I go in there and see Vince. And Vince goes, Charles, change of plans. Just like that. But, you know, I'm a team player, bro. As long as Vince has always been super. And to this day, I'm still under contract with him.
Oh, really?
To this day, they've always been super cool with me. I mean, just like, believe me, beyond cool. Okay. And so, you know, I've always just, as long as you pay me what you say you're going to pay me, you know, it's a job. Yeah. It was never, wrestling was never my number one job. It was probably my number two. The strip clubs was my number one job. Okay. But getting back to the original question, my wife came up with the Godfather. My wife, not me, my wife. And I fought her on everything. I wanted to be a mean pimp. I wanted to wear black. She wanted me to wear colorful stuff. She wanted me to wear the vest. She's like, why don't you tap into the marijuana community? And I'm like, nah, I don't think I should. She goes, no. And she would, what I would come up with is the wrestling part. She came up with the jewelry, all the jewelry that I was wearing. She was having made. All the vests. We had a lady making us vests, and then I would come up with this, some type of a marijuana saying or something, and we would have it. She would have it airbrushed on the outside. The hats, the feathers, the jewelry, the glasses, all my wife. All I did was stay high and have fun. And I told Vince, why don't we try something different, man? That's just, we need somebody just to entertain the people. Fuck, forget the wrestling part and all that. Just have somebody that just, and I'm like, Vince, there's so many people smoke cannabis. I'm like, more than you think. And he's up on shit, believe me. And I'm like, even more than you think. And I'm like, let me go after the cannabis community. You'd be surprised how many people smoke. And bam, look what happened. You know?
Yeah.
A lot of people smoke.
Yeah, you were ahead of the game.
And that's why it's becoming legal now. Because when I grew up, I didn't try cannabis my first time, like I said, when I was 27 years old. So I was afraid of it, because when I grew up, man, if you smoke marijuana, you were going to happen this, and this, your brain's going to be fried, and this, and you're going to lose your mind. So I was afraid of it. Even when I went to college, I seen people smoking weed. And I'm like, I ain't smoking that devil stuff. You know, I'll drink, but I'm not smoking. And I didn't try it till I was 27. But when I tried it, I mean, I'm taking all type of pills, bro. Vicodins, Vicodins, Somas, the list goes on. And drinking a bottle of Jack Daniels a day. Jeez. And I tried it, and over time, it got me. I'll have a shot of Jack. I'll have a beer every now and then. I'll take no pain medication at all. Never.
Good.
I won't take it. And I think that's what saved me. And, you know, at my age, and it's really, it's preserved me. How about that?
There's definitely, that's good for you to be able to do that. There's a huge epidemic going on along with COVID, but that's with all the pills and the opioids in Vancouver for sure. And I know it's a whole, at least on the Western Seaboard, that there's a big thing going on.
Come on. It's a big problem here.
All over, yeah.
It was a big problem with when I was in wrestling, but not just the WWE, in wrestling in general. And I used to try to get so many. When I was there, you'd be surprised how many people smoked. Not that many. The people that smoked were the older people.
Yeah.
The people didn't smoke, but they'd take all these pills. And there's so many wrestlers that have died that I have tried to get to smoke. I'm like, dude, just try it, man. I'm telling you, I was a big pill taker. Dude, you guys know me. I lived it. They know me.
Yeah.
I'm not lying. You guys know me.
Yeah.
And it changed my life. And just people, because especially people my age, were just against it. But now that's what's happening. That's why it's becoming illegal in Canada. That's why it's becoming legal here, legal there, because that old way of thinking is dying off. And now people your age are becoming lawyers, becoming senators, becoming, and you're becoming important, influential people that know marijuana is not bad for you.
Yeah.
And besides the money part, that's why it's that old way of thinking that's dying. People, it's dying off. And now the people that are running things, their fathers, people are like my age. I'm 60 years old. You know, now that the 30-year-olds are running things and they're like, dude, my dad's been smoking all his life, man. And believe me, he's just fine.
Can you tell us about the Bsk Crew?
Just a group of really good friends that hung out together. And we, at TV, mostly TV, because at TV you'd have a lot of time on your hands back then. I don't know if it's like that anymore. But we played dominoes. Okay. And so we were guys that rode together, hung together, and we played dominoes together. So it was Bsk, was Bone Street Crew. Dominoes are called Bones.
And for those that don't know, who was in the Bsk?
Oh my God! It was the Godwins, Savio Vega, Yokozuna, Rikishi, Mr. Fuji, Undertaker, Paul Bearer, Crush, and myself.
Okay. And you were at
I think that's it.
That's pretty good memory.
Yeah. And I noticed
I was looking at their faces as I was doing it.
I know, especially after hitting the bong a few minutes ago. I'm surprised you can remember that.
Oh, bro, that's about my 10th one. Are you joking me?
Yeah. You were out there on Monday Night Raw a couple months ago, right when they did the Undertaker's final thing, and Savio Vega was there as well, and Kevin Nash.
Did that make any sense to you?
No.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Did it make any sense why we walked out there and then they went to a B-roll and they came back and we were gone?
No.
It did. It did. I was sitting there asking people, like, does this make any sense?
Because they brought everybody into the ring. They brought everybody into the ring, and then, yeah, like you said, it went to commercial. Yeah, I remember that.
I'm asking people, I'm like, so I'm asking the people, I don't ever mention names. I'm asking the people in charge of this. I'm like, so you're telling me that you're announcing this, we're going to the ring, you're going to B-roll, and then it comes back, we're just gone. I'm like, what fucking sense does that make? And they're like, well, that's how they want to do it. I'm like, well, if that's how they want to do it, that's what we're going to do. Yeah, and I just went back. I had a vape pen, and I was up in the rafters, just sitting there watching things, smoking my own, dab hits in my vape pen, and just, I was so hungover that day. So was Savio. Don't let Savio coach joke.
Yeah, so you guys partied hard that night. I remember seeing all the Savio Vega stuff on his wall, and you guys taking pictures all together, and you guys had all those great pictures. I bet you partied
hard. It looked like a table and chair match, ladder match. Yeah, because at the end of the night, there was only people. I don't think Savio was on the ground. Everybody else was on the ground, and like just like old days, Me and Undertaker had to walk everybody to the rooms. And we're laughing. That's how it used to be. And we're laughing because when I see his wife the next day, she goes, "Oh my God, I heard." She goes, "I heard just like old times." I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "You guys took them all, put them to sleep." I'm like, "Just like that, always." Me and Mark always laugh. Yoko used to be able to go like that too, though. Yoko, he'd help because we look out for each other. So we made sure everybody got back to the rooms.
Yeah, that's good. That's good how you need to do it. Can you tell us another funny Savio Vega story that maybe he wouldn't have told us when we asked him? We asked him about you.
About what?
I don't know. Anything good. Something funny that he's done that stands out in your friendship.
On one of your guys' road trips or something?
Yeah.
I mean, Savio, he didn't hang with us at night a lot. Savio, he did go out every now with us, but it was mostly at TV we hung out. At nighttime, it was me, Taker, Yoko, and because everybody else, we were in strip clubs every night, and those guys would come every now and then. Yeah, okay. But we were in strip clubs every night. So I don't know, man. That's putting me on the spot. Yeah. But a lot of my stories about Savio, I can't tell.
Oh yeah, I like to hear
Savio,
that.
Let me tell you something. Savio ain't no angel. I think he's running Puerto Rico. Don't let him fool you.
No, I know he's running for mayor.
He's part of the crew. He used to go out with us. He's BSK. I love the dude to death. But I'm gonna keep my stories.
Okay.
Savio's an important dude.
Yeah.
Over there. You don't need me running my mouth.
No.
You were also supposed to fight Owen Hart the night he died, right? I believe that.
Yeah, that was the match.
What I like, we all know what happened, and it's horrible. But when you were already in the ring, correct?
No.
Oh, no.
He came out. He was coming out first.
Okay, and then you were.
I was behind the curtain, and I can remember that part. I was remember like always. He was getting his entrance. In the meantime, I had the girls behind the curtain telling them, hey, if you fall down, we'll do this, because they were always afraid if they fell walking down the ramp or something. And I would tell them, I would give them the last minutes as I was giving them them last minute instructions. It happened. And then I don't remember who over the years, whoever was sitting at Gorilla, I think it was Bruce Pritchard. It could have been anybody. I don't remember. It's too long ago. But I just remember them saying Owen fell. And I'm like, Owen fell. They're like, Owen just fell. I'm like, Owen fell. And then, you guys know the rest. Just sad night. I spent a lot of time with him that day. Just a good dude, man. Really, really. Him and his brother.
Yeah.
Just good dudes.
We love
Brett stuck up for me. Owenson stuck up for me. Good dude. I spent time with Owen when I went to Germany the first time. When I went to Japan for the first time, Owen was there, and he didn't know who I was, and he showed me how to get around, order food, work out. When I went to Germany for the first time, I was there for 6 months. Owen taught me all that type of stuff. Just a good dude. Owen never partied. I don't remember Owen partying. So,
I met Brett once for sure, and I got close to him a second time. But the once for sure when I met him, and great dude, he took the time to sign an autograph and take a picture with me.
Good Canadian guy.
Yeah, and Canadian.
I just said, good dude. He stuck up for me. I wrestled him a lot as Papa Shango.
Yeah, you did.
And there was I think in his book or something, he talked about it. But, there were some of the agents were shit talking me and telling him he should work against me. And he did. And, he's a good dude.
I used to have nightmares of Papa Shango. Not even kidding.
He was something.
Hey, okay, go ahead.
I was just going to say, did you have any pre-wrestling rituals other than smoking cannabis before you go out? Like, did you have any rituals you did that day? Everything had to be the same, or?
No, the cannabis part you got right.
Okay.
What about the 2016 Hall of Fame? What was your feelings when you finally got the invite.
Oh, I never thought I would get in. I thought if I got in, they'd have to make a special entertainer category. But it was cool, man. Mark Carrano called me on it and let me know. It was cool. It was it was good to see everybody. It's cool that, Vince, and you talk Hall of Fame, you're talking Vince. That's all you're talking Vince. Yeah. And it was cool to know that Vince appreciated my work and the contributions that I gave to the company, that he put me in there.
Okay.
And I think it has a lot to do more of that than the wrestling and that part. Because, I mean, if you really go back, man, I'm like Papa Shango. I mean, today you'll talk about how I made the Warrior throw up. Remember that as a kid?
Yeah.
And all that. You'll remember the Nation of Domination with The Rock.
Yeah.
Okay. You're definitely going to remember Godfather.
Absolutely.
So I think it's characters that even at my age, and that's why I'm still under a Legends contract. I've been on a Legends contract since 2003. It's because they just came out with a comma figure. They usually put one of my characters in their wrestling game every year. They still keep you here. They put you on this. So it's cool that your character's still relevant enough that people know who you are even after all these years. And they still know your sayings. And there's a lot of wrestlers that made a lot more money than me at the time, and people wouldn't even know who they are.
You've had multiple WrestleMania moments. Which does any of those stand out, or like even walking out in the stadium? What's it feel like looking around and being like, "Holy shit, the greatest place ever"?
You know what the thing is? Unless you were in some big arena where it held 40, 50,000 people. At that time, all the arenas held 13, 18,000 people.
Yeah.
They were all sold out. So every night was like that. It might have been a little different for you, but every night you went out there and gave it your all. Every night you went out there and entertained. And the venue would be different, but it was not, every night was like that, bro. It wasn't like you just were like, hanging out until that big show. And every night's like that back then.
Nowadays, the WrestleManias are all, like you said, in a huge stadium, and it's a big spectacle. Yeah. I remember, of course, Madison Square Garden for WrestleMania 10. Like, you just think that's like just a regular venue nowadays compared to what they're putting it into.
Yeah, it's just, because plus arenas have gotten nicer and all that Madison Square Garden nostalgia is kind of wearing off, and a lot of young people don't know about that. Things change, man. I'm just glad, like I said, that people still remember me and my nonsense.
Yeah, I got one question. This might have zero to do with you, but are you related in any way to Reggie Wright Jr., the security of Death Row Records?
I don't know.
Oh, he's from Vegas, and you guys look like you guys could be brothers.
I don't know him.
Okay. I just thought I'd throw that in there. I thought of that one this morning.
Most people ask me if I'm related to the boogeyman, Marty Wright.
Oh, okay. I also see Ving Rhames, the actor. I see you could almost looking like him there today. Oh man, I'm much better looking than him. Come on. Yeah. I think back to that movie.
Man, really? Come on, really?
The movie Baby Boy. I think of him in that movie.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, it was. Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. Cuba Gooding Jr.'s brother. I can't think of his name, but Cuba's brother was in that. And I don't know why I can't think of his name right now, but probably because I'm high. But he was a good. He used to come to the club in Vegas and play. God, why can't I think of his name right now?
You've been in a bunch of movies.
Yeah, I've been in a few.
I know Over the Top for sure.
No, that's what got me into wrestling.
Oh. Okay. I had that down as my movie. That
movie's kind of what got me into wrestling.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I didn't even watch wrestling. I didn't even watch wrestling at all. I didn't know anything about wrestling. When I was young, I watched roller derby.
Oh. Okay.
In roller derby in the 70s, roller derby was bigger than wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay. Especially in the Bay Area.
Mike, shoot.
Yeah, I was just gonna say in '99 when WWF came here in Vancouver, were you here? Because I remember meeting all these guys, and I can't remember if I met you that night or not. Ken Shamrock, Owen Hart, The Rock, Stone Cold, they were all there.
I would assume I was there. I don't remember like that. I can't see me not being there.
Okay. I'll have to go through that later.
I know
I bet I was. I almost could guarantee. I couldn't tell you I wrestled.
Yeah.
But I want to say my wife ended up coming out that night. Now that I think about it, because the girls, if it's the same venue, I just remember there was a show in Canada. If my wife was up here, she could probably tell me where it was. Was it Vancouver? There was a show somewhere in Canada. It was a big show, and the girls were so ugly. Why'd you say Charles? Am I lying? What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say then? The girls weren't normal Godfather hoes. How about that?
Oh, here we go. I found the actual slip inside. You did fight. You fought Tiger Ali Singh that night.
Yeah, there you go.
So he is signed on your piece of memorabilia.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Did I sign it?
Yeah, you did. This was the main event, the Rattlesnake Rules match. It was Stone Cold and The Rock and Big Boss Man.
Oh,
and Big Show.
Yeah. Well, if you found that, if you looked up, I think my wife's one of the hoes.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite piece of memorabilia or anything that you've kept over the years?
No, dude, I don't keep anything. I don't.
Like you were saying earlier, but
like the chain. I don't know. Either a friend of mine named Buffalo, who died a while back, Buffalo Jim, or the WWE has it. If the WWE has it, it would be somewhere. I mean, I don't know. I would just, that thing was so heavy.
Yeah.
It was so heavy. It was heavier than a belt.
Yeah.
It wasn't no little light bullshit. It was like, it was heavy.
Yeah, it was solid.
I didn't want to carry it with me. So I would leave it, I'd leave it on the trucks and stuff and they'd transport it around and have it at TV. I'd carry it every now and then, but it was heavy. I didn't want to carry it at TV.
It's probably solid. It's not like the whole.
So I probably just forgot about it. I go back and laugh now because I'll see Godfather hats and I'll see, there's not many left because I've taken most of them. I'll see canes. I'll see a lot of old Godfather. I'll see a lot of Papa Shango stuff that's left over there, that's still out there.
That's cool.
Mike?
Yeah, was there a dream match that never happened for you?
No.
Nope. Just doing your job?
Just doing my job, bro. Showing up, entertaining the people and doing my job.
Okay.
My wife said staying out of trouble.
Yeah, trying to anyways.
I didn't get in no trouble there, man. Like I said, they God bless them. I didn't get no stupid major trouble.
What are you doing nowadays? Are you still doing any security or in Vegas?
No. The last I was working in the clubs, I was the general manager at Cheetahs here in Las Vegas.
I have that as one of my notes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not retired. I'm doing a lot of stuff on the internet. I've got my own strain coming out in LA, hopefully in a couple of weeks, 3 at the most, with Insane. And that's Be Real and Dr. Green Thumb. It's going to be called Insane Godfather. And so I got my own legal strain coming out in California. Still active in the cannabis community. I've got my Smoke Train YouTube channel, Smoke Train, and I'm just getting started. I'm going to do some podcasts on there. And just chilling, man. Chilling.
Awesome.
I still do a lot of wrestling stuff too. I mean, I've got one. The next one's in a couple of weeks. I have a lot of virtual stuff I do, and I do appearances. I just did one where the hell was I? I was in New York just a couple weeks ago.
Oh, sounds like you're living the dream.
You know what? Pivot ain't easy, man. But somebody's got to do it.
Hey, that's awesome. I can't wait for the border to open up so I can get out to Vegas.
Hey, go ahead.
I don't even know, bro. I don't even go outside that much. I go out. I play disc golf every now and then. I do some other stuff, but I'm not like down there downtown. I don't know how much they're open or what percentage or anything, but I think they're opening up.
I think they are. It'll still be a while till our Canada border opens up, but
Probably for the best.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, Godfather, I just want to thank you very much for taking the time for us today and coming on and chatting with us. We really appreciate it. We've been big fans since we were kids, and it meant a lot to us.
Well, cool, man. I'm glad to see everybody.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
One take, baby.
It took Kurt Angle 13 times. 13 times, Kurt Angle.
No,
yeah, it did. It took Kurt Angle 13 times to get that one sentence done.
And he wasn't high. See?
No, he was
no. See?
Yeah, maybe he should have been.
Looking for the most beers on tap, great steaks, great staff? Head over to the John B. Pub.
We got the best beers, steaks, chicken wings, nachos in town. Come see us at the John B. Pub.
The John B. Pub, the best bar in town. Come sign up for our football pool. Say Hayes sent you.